Hey, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about one of my new favorite games, Tunic. And I like to refer to it more as chibi Dark Souls meets furry Zelda. There's a lot more to it than that, but the best part of Tunic is the self-discovery. And if you have not played it yet, I would definitely recommend playing it before checking out this video because it is going to be chock full of lore spoilers. With that out of the way, I just finished the game this week. I did get the good ending. I got all of the fairies. I got all of the trophies. I found the secret website. But one thing that has plagued my mind throughout this playthrough is what is the true story of Tunic? Now, if you're not familiar, you can translate the runic script that's found in the instruction manual. And in doing so, you do get a snippet of the legend. But what is the secret legend? Um, Now, if you've played Tunic on PC, you know that the window is called Secret Legend. It is not called Tunic. And if you translate the runes on the cover of the instruction manual, it is called Secret Legend, which was the original name for the game before um, it was changed to Tunic. I want to know what the Secret Legend actually is. What is the history? What started the cycle? uh what what was Tunic like before the cycle? A lot of this is kind of compiled information from a lot of Tunic fans across the internet, and so I will credit all links in the description below. That being said, I think the best place to start is the beginning of what we actually have, which is the story as it's told in the instruction manual. This was a group effort translation over on Tunic Wiki. I will have that link in the description below. There may be discrepancies between translation as we are still diving into translating, but this tells a cohesive story. A long, long time ago, there lived a civilization of great power. They built a city, and within that city they built a palace. They held sacred the secrets of the Holy Cross, and understood the plainer nature of reality. They ventured to the far shore, and sought power from the spaces between. As is usual, an alluring old power was discovered. Fossils of self, annealed visions of the future, entombed and cast into sarcophagi, and buried. A lever in the canonical plane, a store of potential. Perhaps it is the fabled prize, the power to defy death. Terrible power rises. The discovering hero opened a tomb and revealed the terrible truth. A cathedral was built to venerate this new origin of life, and the faithful were granted the grace of holy oblivion. The world is thrown into ruin. The lever overworked. The fulcrum shattered. A hole in truth will thunder open, and all manner of disquiet contradictions will gnaw apart the canonical plane. The thread is snagged into a squirming coil, with no beginning and no end. Flee to your arcs, old ones, and become your predestined selves. A prison and a beacon. But one must live outside the shivering ring. The air, seeking an heir to the air. A beacon to bring about a ruin seeker. To either grow strong and replace an ailing heir, or to hold sacred holy cross and ensure their wisdom lives on, awaiting a worthy successor. Which will you be, ruin seeker? Have you arrived here seeking treasure and glory, or do you seek to uncover deeper truths? Look carefully, for the golden path lies everywhere. So from this story, we can gather a couple of things, a lot of things actually, but a couple that I want to focus on for this video. We'll go deeper into them um, in future videos. But the main thing is the canonical plane is the plane that you start off on, the green grass. You're venturing off to get the sword and the shield. That's the canonical plane. The far shore is kind of this weird in between space. Um, in fact, they refer to it in that story as the spaces between. Um, but with this, we can also glean that there are two different like types of magic within the Tunic universe. One of them being that is canonical, that of the Holy Cross, but the other one, the forbidden magic. So I really want to take a look at how these two different types of magic work and where they come from, because that can tell us a lot about the other parts of the lore and how they function. In order to understand Tunic's magic system, let's look at some of the magic items that you can receive in game and kind of dive a little bit deeper into those. That being specifically the magic staff and the ice dagger. So on page 17 of the instruction manual, you do get a description of the items in game. So for magic items, uh, it says, some items use the power of your soul. Magic points refill when you rest, but there is a finite number of souls in the world. And I just want to point that out because I do believe that a lot of the magic items are fueled by fox souls, or souls of other in-game beings. On page 27 of the instruction manual, in the bottom right corner, there is a little blurb about the magic dagger. Translated says, a magic item made from a fairy. Use it to freeze foes with ice. And I also would like to note that the little alcove cave that you find the magic dagger in, there are also dead fairies lining the walls. I think these fairies are used as fuel for the magic dagger. It's got a similar freezing element to the magic that the fairies do, which kind of further supports that this magic costs souls. But if we look at the fairies themselves, it's in a similar vein as, say, the palace guard or the siege engine. They're all very kind of this similar material. They look like they were built or constructed either by the same people or during the same time. Either way, the description of fairies are curious pieces of wall that have come to life. They seem intent on stopping you. One thing to note about the fairies is that they, whereas the garden palace boss, the garden knight, and the siege engine both have kind of that like that same free-eyed RGB kind of feel to it. The fairies only are either red or blue. They're almost like unfinished pieces or like mini pieces, fodder, if you will. You know, the stormtroopers of this army. But this is also why when you use the magic item, you deplete your magic power, obviously. But that magic power, the description for that is that it is, um, you know, part of your soul. You're powering it by using part of your soul. So this is the description of the canonical magic. But if we look at the forbidden magic, what is the forbidden magic fueled by? Um, I have that answer. The cathedral was built to honor this forbidden magic, and a couple of things we can denote from the gameplay in the cathedral. The first is that you get the hero's laurels, the laurel wreath in the cathedral. But the other thing is that your stamina is refilled. Now, in game, stamina is referred to as willpower. And so I think this points to the forbidden magic being fueled by willpower instead of your personal soul or the souls of other beings. And the reason that this is forbidden, we can see from the rooted ziggurat. you have hints throughout the game of how this forbidden magic is fueled, especially when you get to the library. If you do the library first, and you see the chalkboard drawings, and that's around the time where you realize that the ley lines scattered throughout the overworld are powered by these sarcophaguses, sarcophagi. But you don't really get the full picture of it until you get to the rooted ziggurat. And I think I might just let this clip speak for itself. What is that? Oh man. What? Ugh. It sees me now. That's so weird. Alright, only way down. I got one potion left. What? Ugh. This is morbid. Something turned on. Something is turning on. Your headphones died? Yeah, well, it's probably for the best, because the sounds that I'm hearing right now are really creepy. What? I hear something. Oh, if I pray, they don't scream. Yeah, if you pray, they don't scream. This is so weird and... Like, I knew this because I saw it on the chalkboard in the library. But I didn't know they were still, like... Are they alive? Is that alive? They look like corrupted, though. So these sarcophagi entomb beings and sap away their willpower, and we see that in the little pockets of miasma that sap away your willpower. And actually, on page 38, we have a description of the miasma, the lower miasma in the rooted ziggurat, which reads, "The bottom of the quarry will sap your will to go on unless precautions are taken. Were the rumors that the air is poisoned misunderstood because of this miasma?" So it's interesting too that these little pockets of miasma, or these miasma entities, tend to sap away your life force, um, and that is because their willpower has been sapped away. So if we think of, the red bar is life, the green bar is willpower, and the blue power is soul power. Now, because of the nature of this willpower magic, this life sapping magic, the ley lines are not powering the teleporters to the far shore. Travel to the far shore is a canonical magic. Those teleporters are fueled by prayer, and if one is walking the golden path, there's no harm for you there. But notice that the checkpoints, all of the shrines to the air, they can be dead. You can come across some that are dead, and it is because the ley line, the fuel going to it, is blocked. And you need to turn it back on in order to have a checkpoint there. The air shrines are instead fueled by this forbidden magic. This is the foundation. This is the foundation of the lore, and it's really important for us to kind of define the canonical plane between the far shore, as well as the magic of the Holy Cross or the canonical magic to the forbidden magic. Now that we have that foundation, we can start to look at other curiosities within the game's lore. Specifically, some of the bosses and NPCs, and what is the story behind the librarian or the siege engine. The one that I want to know is who is the Shopkeep? So definitely make sure to um, let me know your theories about some of these NPCs. But I will be releasing another video shortly about these NPCs. So definitely hit subscribe if you like this kind of content, and we can talk more theories going forward.